So, I'm thinking to do something a little different with this video. Most of the stuff that I've been doing on this channel has been very scripted, very focused, and while I still want to do that stuff, and that's really what this channel is supposed to be, I thought it might be also kind of fun to do a video blog where you kind of get to see what I'm doing behind all these very specific videos. You see, while I'm an illustrator, I have always loved doing all kinds of different types of art. Crafting, building, molding, all these things. And I don't know, I just feel like I need to do more of that and kind of show it off. This year, I moved from the guest table to an actual full-on portion of our studio area, which has been really nice. I have a big table, a lot of area to work in, and that got me thinking that maybe I should be doing more than just sitting at a computer working on my illustrations. When I was a kid, my parents got me one of those starter kit Warhammer 40K, and I remember spending a lot of time after school and homework in the garage painting those minis. Unfortunately, I didn't really have a place to play at or people to play with. None of my friends played, and the stores where you would go to like set up games were too far away, and I was too young to like manage that myself. And so that hobby kind of faded away. I still have some of those minis rattling around in a box somewhere, but I've always wished I could get back into that and kind of play around. Most of my stuff is fantasy, and 40K is very sci-fi, even if there's a lot of fantasy stuff in there. So I wasn't really excited to get back into that particularly. But over the last year, I've been really getting into building games, doing everything from writing adventures for D&D or system agnostic adventures to even publishing my first tabletop game, Subterranean Fightin' Freaks. And doing all of this has got me really into this idea of like having a physical game to play with. Moving minis on a grid board is fun and all, but there's something magical about having buildings and trees and terrain that you can have them move through and engage with other minis. And it's just so exciting to think about building my own. And so, a few weeks ago, I decided to build my first piece of terrain. I decided to go with a ruined building, something that I could fit into pretty much any setting, any fantasy setting at least. Watched a bunch of tutorials and just kind of jumped in, and man, it was very fun. And I kind of forgot about that. Being able to turn my brain off and just work on something is not something I get to do a lot these days. Working on comics, working on games, I have to think through a lot more things, and being able to just sit here and glue things together and play around and explore this project without having to spend too much mental effort is really nice. With each plank I put down and wall I put up, I get more and more excited about this thing. This project is a lot more relaxing in different ways, but it's still pretty lonely. I sit here in my studio, toiling away at this little diorama, and it's fun and all, but I don't have many people to talk about these things with. It was the same problem I had as a kid with that Warhammer starter kit. So I decided to go on a little trip. I had only learned about Adepticon literally the week before it started. And that was kind of all I needed, was this place to go and meet other people who were obsessing about the same things I was obsessing about. Being able to see other people's artwork, how they painted, how they saw their minis, and even be able to see people playing games like Mordheim and Warhammer. It was exactly what I needed. I came back from the convention energized. I had only spent a day there, but it was enough. I was able to meet a bunch of people here in Chicago with the same passions as me, who wanted to play more games and who wanted to create. And that was really exciting, and that kind of gave me an extra boost to help me dive into my projects and give me energy to keep going and build more. So, where am I now? I still want to continue with my main videos. That's the reason I started this channel. But I think I also want to be able to show everything that goes around that, everything that goes into making those videos. All of the research I do, all of the projects that I get distracted by, like all of the art stuff that I love doing, but don't really fit into the main videos. I've been working on Acleon for over 10 years now, and there's so much I could be sharing with you. So many things that I've written down that has never seen the light of day. And I think this might be the place where I'll do it. And so from here on out, I'll continue with the main line of videos, but maybe once a month, I'll come out with a vlog video where I kind of show you what I've been doing up until then. I can tell you right now that just filming this video has been a very unique experience for me. All of my other videos are very scripted, and I spend a lot of time recording and re-recording my voice. And having a chance to just talk and edit it whenever I feel like it has been kind of relaxing, kind of nerve-wracking, and also makes me notice how many times I say and That being said, I think this is going to be a really fun exercise for me. I have a few projects that I think I'm going to cover here on the vlog. One is my newfound love for the game Mordheim. I'll get into the specifics on a later video, but essentially it is a tabletop skirmish game where you're in charge of a single warband of minis, so up to 15. I've already been in a couple games, my local game shop, and I think what I want to do is build a board for the game. And it'll be a lot of work, and it'll take a lot of time, but my goal with that is so I can play it in Mordheim, but also so it can be a diorama for Acleon. In fact, this building that I've been working on throughout this whole video is stylized like one that you would normally see on the solid coast of Tyr. So I've already started planning this out, and now that I'm actually doing this vlog, I'll explain it out here even more. Beyond Acleon, I have been working on other tabletop games. In fact, I just completed my first Kickstarter for Subterranean Fightin' Freaks. I am currently finishing up the editing process and getting it ready to be sent off to print. It's the first game that I have built from the ground up, so I'm really excited about that. I've learned a lot from this experience, and it's made me think about what it would be like to build a system for Acleon Chronicles itself, instead of using 5e or Savage Worlds or making it system agnostic. So maybe that's what this vlog will be about in the end, is my journey creating the perfect system for Acleon Chronicles. I don't know, we'll see. I'm really excited to see what happens next and which projects become my main projects and which projects become trash, and if this building actually looks cool once I'm done with it, or if it looks like a piece of crap. I don't know. I can already tell you if I made a lot of mistakes. Ones that I definitely won't do next time. But these windows I think came out pretty good, actually. Truthfully, I'm kind of excited to document all my failings in this project. So, I don't know, maybe we'll see how this thing turns out pretty soon. In fact, I'm definitely farther than it is here in the video. So, next video, no doubt it will be complete, and you'll get to see it in its finished form. But as it is here right now, I'm really liking it. I had a lot of fun making this look as destroyed as it is, and I promise you I'm going to make it look even more destroyed once it's done. So, we'll see. Oh, and there's one last thing that I haven't figured out is what am I going to call this vlog? I don't know. Maybe